I wanted to hop on really quickly and I wanted to remind somebody of this. I was really thinking and I thought about the process of growth, right? Because everything that God does has really a mechanism of growth attached to it, right? We look at the shedding of the tree and the different summers, and the fact that when the tree has to shed its leaves, there's a requirement for the old to come off into the new. So everything that God does has a process attached to it that requires growth. And I want to tell you today that do not live someone else's life because you refuse to grow. Let me say that again. Do not live someone else's life because there is a refusal to grow. And what do I mean? I mean, when you don't want to grow, there's things that God is requiring of you, things that God is asking you to do, and then we don't want to press forward into that. Sometimes, it may be a mindset. Sometimes it may be just that we kind of give up or quit because things get so tough. But I want to remind you today, you are called to live the life that God has for you. And that life that he has for you is on the other side of your ability to be able to grow. About like 2 years, a year and a half ago or so, almost 2 years now, God had really been impressing on me to go back to school to get my degree, to begin to start to do other things, to take certifications, to begin to really expand myself professionally. He also began to help me to work on my body and just begin to, physically tell me that there are certain things that he needed me to do. And within that, of course, 100% seeking the Lord, staying in his presence, ensuring that my prayer life, okay, because I don't work out more than I pray. Right? I don't do these other things more than I spend time in the presence of God. So every single area of my life, there was a requirement for me to grow. So what God is doing now is going to require you to be uncomfortable and to grow in areas where you're not accustomed to. I've always been very introverted. I was very introverted, even as like growing up. And some people say introvert, extrovert, whatever, but I've been introverted because of really and truly, it's just the way that I am. I do like, being like to myself. I love reading. There's certain things I just prefer, but even that, God was like, no, I need you to come out of that.